This is a breakup poem that doesn't actually talk about a breakup.
Okay.
No, it's talking about a breakup, but
No,
not
no, I was
explicitly.
talking about the half
you know?
movement.
Yeah.
You're ready to put it in right now.
You don't. Wow.
Just go.
Yeah, I know what type of poems you write.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all are making this hard right now. I'm laughing.
All right, that's enough.
I left footprints in hourglass quicksands facing beach water. Ocean tides rising. Reflecting against the sunset that threatens to eclipse even the iridescent glow of God's shadow, draped over our moonlit skies. This virgin body of water cradles us through barren seas like wandering desert sand, swept in the arms of the wind and carried off into places unknown to all except for the sun. This ocean is unstable. Intoxicated off of its majesty, you and I have traveled these waters in search of a purpose. We have felt the warm fingertips of a schizophrenic ocean, binding us to a manufactured faulty sense of freedom. We are prisoners to this ocean. We are reeling the kaleidoscopic shape of its surface, capturing a reflection of an aurora borealis stained the sky, hoping to imitate its beauty. You and I grow familiar with the art of navigating empty space. We careen through crevices within hidden pockets of nothing that enunciates the frequency where epiphany starts. The unrelenting beauty of the seas that we are still like broken cello strings or playing musical notes while noosed around a neck, accompanied by a chorus of gasps and half breaths. But this ocean has grown accustomed to disguising its voice, so silence has become piercing whispers of a storm. We have accepted the myth that soft water eventually destroys everything. Your hand slips through my fingers like sand. I can see your eyes tumbling down like seesaws on playgrounds that now act as a scene of a crime, a massacre. I used to be able to look to you for a sense of direction. You were my compass, magnetized, attracted to disaster, but the ocean was smarter than us, making like we could apply Methuselah-type wisdom to the life of an infant with a soul outgrowing its age. You'd counter your emotions to the alchemy of the ocean, imitated the rhythm of breezes bouncing off of seashores. One night, you stood on the bow of this ship, clutching a harpoon as if to capture King Neptune and claim God as your prize. Every time we danced, the oceans were weak, but for the first time, I felt these waters stand still but at sea. Stability is the harbinger of collapse. You would stand on deck, staring into dark waters, echoing your complexion like distorted mirrors breathing. I want to remember the time when sailing the seas used to make you smile. Now it only makes you cry. Tears blending into salt water, disrupting a balance because the seas are indifferent. Emotion corrupts its majesty. You would look skyward, eyes battling vacant skies, overshadowing storms of like broken sundials. I search for a purpose. You scoured this earth for an excuse to be nothing, to be empty, like a mirage or a mind's determinist old reasoning or the whatever sailing to the salt water that is swindled from us. Now this ocean is rising, and I have this one chance to dive into your soul, searching for answers to questions that should never be asked, like, why do I love you? We used to put seashells to our ears and listen to oceanic serenades now. All I can hear is nautical static, cannon blast of the drone of battleships as fiery cannonballs sink light into darkened seas. Now we have clearly embraced our fate. For us to be consumed by this vessel and swallowed into the sea and pushed into the deep by the weight of the emotion that used to exist on the ship. We let our emotions corrode this ocean shore and etch its mark into our souls like scrimshaw. Tonight, bioluminescence takes hold and we will become one with this ocean. You will succumb to the mammoth might of Leviathan whispers and ocean inertia, because apathy is the native tongue of these waters. But how can it sustain the feeling of knowing that you are sinking into its body when it can feel that love used to live inside of you? Does it cower in fear? Does it feel our plight? Does it weep for our soul? Does it even feel anything inside of a still cold physique? We are drowning. This godlike ocean is consuming us, welcoming us into its... Darn it. I can't believe I just forgot this ending. You know what? No, that was the ending. I'm just gonna have y'all think that. Erase what I just said. No, I remember it now. I remember it now. Welcoming us into his coldly warm embrace, we drift down into darkness, to an abyss where sleeping is like floating in the embryonic over the edge of death, awaiting the perfect storm that leads to your birth. Except that the ocean released me from its arms, but it never released you. Your body was swept into a current, orbiting the outskirts of a liquefied unknown, while I washed up on shores but out of the ocean's lips, and by default, I became a king overseeing the rage remains of sandcastles, scattered and claimed by waves in infancy. You sunk to Atlantis. Okay, real ending. Now you can clap.